your time. Thank you so much for everybody to be here and for a common cause, what we all have been actually seeing inside out today and in the past many decades and fighting it out. So without delaying, I think we like to, I'll just probably have one of few messages from my side because at the World Cancer Day, the 4th February, is one singular initiative where the entire world unites together in the fight against the global cancer epidemic. Now, if you look at the statistics, I think all of us are well aware. Just to recapitulate, I like to just say a couple of numbers. We say that currently about 2.5 crore people are living with cancer in the world today. And as of some data which has come from year 2020, 15 million people died from cancer worldwide. And in India, we have roughly about 11 to 12 lakh cases per year, and 6 lakhs people die every year. 60% is in urban area and 45 or 40% you can say in the rural area. And the worry part is 68%, roughly about 65 to 70% of the people are diagnosed with stage 3 and stage 4. And this is where we are lagging behind because worldwide, the number is probably in the, say, in the US, if you compare, roughly about 30%, 35%, which is today 60, 70% India. So I think if you diagnose it early, stage 1 and stage 0, and that's secured. And that's the aim today is all of us is like the early diagnosis and that's secured. And 60% people die in the first 5 years. I think that's another area because we need to close this gap so that this cancer is facilities, treatment available to all of us. The aim today is to promote awareness on cancer and to strengthen actions towards improving access to quality care, screening, finer and precise diagnostics, early detection, treatment, palliative care. This year's theme from WHO, which has been there for the last 3 years, Close the Care Gap, which is about understanding the inequities in cancer care and taking actions to make the necessary progress to address them. Now they say, remember, the cancer cannot cripple love. It cannot shatter hope. It cannot conquer the spirit. One can be a victim of cancer or a survivor of cancer. It's just the mindset. Never be a victim of cancer, or this is what we say, that is what they all advocate. Feed your faith and your fears will starve it to death. Maintaining a positive vibe and managing stress is especially important when you are dealing with cancer. We have two options, medically and emotionally. That is, but give up or fight like hell. I think we're all together to fight this mental epidemic. And at this point, I think Unipath and the entire team, all of us probably are joining hands together with the world community to ensure that our fight continues. As I quote, as Jim Brewer says, today we fight, tomorrow we fight, day after we fight. And if the disease plans on whipping us, it better bring a lunch because it's going to have a long day doing it. And together we can do it. At Unipath Specialty Lab, we are equipped with most advanced diagnostic technologies, molecular, including sequencing, surgical pathologies, immunohistochemistry, hematopathology, flow cytometry, genetics, biomarkers, microbiology, biochemistry, immunology, and much, much more, and have world's best and most respected diagnostic professionals with very high degree of skill and experience. I think that's where we stand today. Today, we have the platform to tell the world that we are here to deliver, and we are there with you to give you support and all our clinical fraternity and the patient that we can deliver, and we will be there till as long as science and technology exists. Artificial intelligence in pathology will revolutionize cancer diagnosis and treatment, and we are heading for that. Along with that, personalized medicine and personalization. We're ready for fight and determined to win. Let's unite to promote awareness on cancer and to strengthen actions towards improving access to quality care, screening, early detection, treatment, and palliative care. Let's unite to make the world aware to close the gap in cancer. I think advice to all of us, all our team members, all our family members, and of course, all our patients, get regular health check done, adopt a healthy lifestyle, avoid stress, improve internal and external environment, and be safe. Remember, early detection is the key to cure. With this, I think I'll say all the best to all of us, and I think we move on to the next messages from our MD and CEO, Dr. Jolan. Dr. Jolan, are you there?
Yeah, sir.
I think Dr. Jolland, I would just say one single, but Dr. Jolland is the founder, and probably the core, all us actually, he relentlessly and quietly supports us at whatever front we are. In fact, he's the man behind what we are today. So it'll be very pleasure to hear you and hear your vision, and think we are all there to fulfill your vision and the vision you've taken and take Unipath to the next heights. Dr. Jalan, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, thank you for nice word. Actually, no, it's not me, the entire team who is driving the Unipath, and it's everyone joint effort. So wherever Unipath is is all because of the joint effort of the team. Maybe a technical or a support or the finance or marketing or whatsoever. So it's all a team effort. So that is what I want to thank everyone for wherever we are. First of all, also I like to thank Gaur sir, Poonam and PMT team for this initiative to bring Unipath team on one platform, so that we can discuss the present state of Unipath and the future roadmap. And I hope that this kind of meetings keep on continuing and we can share the thoughts with each other. I think so many things has been said about the cancer by the sir, about statistic and preventive aspect and all. I'll just highlight certain part of Unipath, and I'm very proud to say that Unipath is possibly the among the very few lab in the country who is having the best of the talent in medical field and a complete solution in field of oncology or whatever specialty that you take in. So it's very proud moment for all of us to have a great team of doctors and the PMTs and marketing teams and sales team and the support staff. So we are very proud to have all of us together. Regarding the oncology part, we provide the complete solution in terms of the oncology, in terms of the preventive part, the tumor marker till the high-end NGS panels, which may be specific to a disease or the organ, or till the whole exome and clinical exome and whole genome. So I think we are the as I said, we are the only possibly the lab to have end-to-end solution in oncology or the super specialty segment in our country. Regarding the future path of Unipath, so once we are into this segment since last April 2030, so 2022, sorry. So that is where we started our NGS and all. So we are still in the stage of establishing and promoting and making people aware that we are there to support you in all this segment. So next step, once all these things are done, is to we wanted to focus more on the single cell genomics, and then I forgot the name, but Dr. Neeraj can, when he comes and speak about that, you can you can identify you can do a genomics on the specific slides as well. So I think I forgot the name, but I think Dr. Neeraj can add on that when he talks about that. So that is where we wanted to focus in, and that is where we are working on. I also like to brief about the team that we have, and we have say if you take a hematologist, we have a Tejinder Singh sir, we have a Dr. Mohan, Dr. Parimal, very senior guys, and very happy to say that we have a very dynamic and young brigade of Dhaval and Pankaj. So they are very dynamic and wanted to focus in hematology. You take a histopathology, we have Harsh Mohan sir, Dr. Chatoraj, Dr. Kathuria, and then Apurva is always there. From day one, he is driving the entire histopathology of Unipath. So great to be part of this team, and happy to have all of us with together. I'm just changing the focus from oncology, but I just wanted to use this platform to thank everyone and the support everyone is giving to organization. I just also wanted to say let's work together, find out the problem areas or the areas where Unipath needs to improve, work upon. If possible, create a more and more this kind of forum so that we can have an open discussions where we can discuss the weakness or the areas where we should improve. So that is only request from my side to the entire PMT team, Poonam and Gaur sir, because they are the one who is driving this kind of forums. And the last thing I want to say is let's work together to make our country at least better in terms of oncology, malignancy cure, early detections, and a better medical facility if we can provide. It's nothing like that. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Chalan, for these your kind words, and I think giving a brief insight or deep insight of what we were, we are, and what the future is. I think all of us, from all of, I think I can definitely say on behalf of all the team members and the senior doctors and the skilled people that we are with you. We definitely we like to be as again I say the world can and the cancer. We all have to be together to find out. I think taking Unipath to the next level. We are definitely with you, and we would like to make your vision a very, very successful ahead as we move ahead. Thank you so much for being present and taking your time. With this, I move on now and think because they say the cancer is like emperor of all melodies, king of terror, and so, whatever you can say that. But today, with the I think first and foremost thing, what's happening is the molecular pathology or biology or genomics. I think that's really taken the first stage and I think deeper understanding of cancer. So down to the innate molecular core, cancer cells are hyperactive. They have survival indoor kind of a thing, strength in them. They are, and they can invent copies of themselves. So with this, I'd like to invite Dr. Neeraj Arora to say a few words about the World Cancer Day, because he's our director of molecular biology. Dr. Neeraj, please.
So thank you so much, sir. It's first of all, it's very nice to be connected to everyone in one forum after a long time. So thank you for this opportunity. And as Jwalan sir and yourself have highlighted, on this World Cancer Day, we should all unite together to close this gap and raise awareness about the things that we are doing, so that we can benefit all our patients. And that is what we at Unipath are focused on. Specifically with respect to the molecular biology, in the last 1 or 2 years, we have done a lot of things, right from tests which are of small tests like EGFR, ALK, RET, MET, to high-end tests like offering panels with respect to the solid tumors, with respect to hematology, and even providing comprehensive genomic profiling, where we can now characterize the cancers to almost everything, like 546 gene panel. So we are able to offer that kind of services to our patients. And as Jwalan sir mentioned that we are focused towards single cell genomics in the coming times, and the spatial genomics with respect to offering that kind of solutions to our patients, including predictive genomics, where we are able to predict or prevent some of the cancer. So that is one area where, at the time, most of the times we are more focused towards health aspects. I mean, to what you say, disease aspects, controlling the disease, prognostication of the disease, or diagnosing the disease. But we need also to go towards a preventive approach. But that would start with risk identification or predicting whether we are able to develop. So these are some of the areas where at Unipath we are trying to look into those aspects and see if we can offer those kind of solutions to our patients. And also I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank each one of you who have been very critical in offering these services to our patients. So without your contribution, be it the phlebotomy, be it sales, marketing, and technical team, without your support and insight into little bit details that we do, we are not able to fulfill what we need to do for cure or preventing the cancers. And I would like to appreciate and thank you. So thank you so much for this opportunity, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Neeraj. I think the cancers are all alike, but they're alike in a unique way. Cancer, perhaps an ultimate, I say that I've read somewhere, cancer perhaps is the nice quote, which that's what I'm going to quote here, is perhaps an ultimate perversion of genetics, a genome that becomes pathologically obsessed with replicating itself. I think there were few successes in the treatment of disseminated cancer in the past. It was usually a matter of time, watching the tumor getting bigger and the patient getting smaller. But today, I think the molecular has actually ensured that like this is not, probably a reversal is happening, and I'm sure a decade from now, probably we'll have some kind of a cure right in hand. And in any case, many of us think that cancer is a terminal illness, but as treatments have become more sophisticated, diagnostic is at the genomics, at DNA, RNA level, more and more people are living longer with cancer. So it has actually become a chronic condition like arthritis and diabetes, and we hope we are there for very sure. Now, before I move on to more technical thing, I think I'd like to call Dhruv Jyoti, because Dhruv Jyoti is our GM sales. He is out in the field. In fact, we'd like to hear, Dhruv, your views, and I think a message from the World Cancer Day for all of us and to all our clients and customers. Dhruv, please.
Good afternoon to all my seniors, God sir, Dr. Jolan sir, and all other team members, my mentors, my colleague and team. Today we are here for a noble cause and delighted to have all of you in the same forum. Every year, world has observed 4th February as a World Cancer Day, and the significance of the is to generate awareness to prevent rather than cure. Not only cervical, but most of the cancer are preventable if right precaution has been taken, like avoiding smoking, chewing tobacco, good food habits, and healthy work-life balance. Some are genetically acquired, though can be predictable, as lot of new diagnostic tools are available and many more to come. Two important aspects from my side, sir. One, healthy lifestyle. So now the yoga and practicing yoga is one of the very important thing which can create a lot of impact in our life. And public-private partnership to bringing the technology closer to people where cost is the hindrance between life and death. Thanks to everyone become the part of this initiative of Unipath and spreading awareness. More to add, our technical team, and thanks a lot to our technical department, Dr. Neeraj sir and team, for giving us so much of opportunity to keep awareness, get the awareness and spread the market. And we are having really lot of technical strength in the market, so we can play around and give our customers, doctors, and ultimately the end point user, the patient, can be benefited most with our cutting edge technology as well as the cost effectiveness. Whenever it comes to cost, at Unipath, we are always trying to bring the cost down to the patient so patient can afford it. We have lot of activity and awareness in the government sectors also, sir. If you see the patients of government medical college, AIMS, and other cancer medical colleges, sir, we have given a lot of discounted rates for the cancer patients and their well-being and welfare. So we are doing a lot of good activities, and I think Unipath as a whole will be delivering its holistic approach in the cancer patient and cancer care. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks again.
Thank you, Dhruv. I think you are the right out in the field and probably spreading this strength of Unipath. And I think we are all there to support you, hold your hand, as and when whatever required. I think we should be able to do that, and probably fulfill one of our missions of Unipath is be the best in oncology and best oncology support services, diagnostic services, anywhere, wherever needed. Now, with this, I actually move on. This was to my hemato-oncology pathology department heads. I'd like to just say, because I don't know, I think they say one of my posters, I think one of my head communication, Poonam Bhargava, I think I'm thankful to her. She designed a very nice poster, and which is likely to come up shortly, which is says that blood never lies. Sooner a test you will get, lesser you will regret. I think that's a nice cap line. So I'd like to invite Dr. Tejinder Singh, sir. So because the hematopathology and blood is, of course, that's what exactly you deal straight into the slide and look into it. So the words, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jwalan. Thank you, Dr. Gaur. It is my pleasure to be part of Unipath DRG group, where we always strive for the best in diagnostics. Blood cancer, we all know, starts in the bone marrow. And if it starts in the bone marrow, it is going to affect the red cells, white cells, and the platelets. So what is essential is that the changes are reflected in the white cells, platelets, as well as the red cells. And therefore, the peripheral smear evaluation is one of the first things which we must examine. And that is what we strive at Unipath, to examine the peripheral smear whenever a patient has anemia, whenever a patient has leukopenia or leukocytosis, whenever a patient has thrombocytosis or has got thrombocytopenia. So the diagnosis of blood cancer begins with the peripheral smear. So a microscopic evaluation gives much more information, especially the atypical cells or the blast cells which are present in the peripheral blood. Now, the next step goes on to then bone marrow examination for confirmation, followed by a flow cytometry. In cases where we are not able to get good bone marrow, immunohistochemistry is of great importance. And at Unipath, we have all the facilities, and these are going on for years together. And we have trained people both for flow as well as for immunohistochemistry. Now, the prognosis, the management, and the treatment is now like a bullet, like we have imatinib for CML, we have rituximab for lymphoid neoplasms. So what is essential for all this is cytogenetics and molecular. And at Unipath, we have one of the best cytogenetics and molecular lab in the country, where we are not only able to do the cytogenetics and molecular, but we are able to give a complete solution to assess the prognosis, the response to treatment. And therefore, our first step again remains the same, that is an early diagnosis. And for that, peripheral smear evaluation is essential. Once that is done, then of course it is a flow of events of bone marrow, cytogenetics, molecular, which will help not only in diagnosis, but management of various types of blood cancers. And I wish that at Unipath, all of us strive to examine the peripheral smears in all such cases wherever there are either cytopenias or there are leukocytosis or there is increased platelets or there is increased red cells. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for kind words. And I think your pride, I mean, like our privilege, and we're proud to have you part of the Unipath team and guiding us and mentoring us. And I think we all look forward to you whenever we are in trouble. I think thank you so much for being with us. Now I'll move on, Dr. Mohan. I think when we talk about blood, he was actually the holding the fort behind the headquarter labs out there. And I think probably the best of the diagnostics are coming out from there also. And Dr. Mohan, please. Sandeep, do we have Dr. Mohan here?
I think, sir, Dr. Mohan is not there.
Okay. I think let's wait. I think probably as we move ahead, maybe if he joins in, get back. Now, I think the next, again, when you talk about cancers, nothing can move without the tissue. I think that's where histopathology, surgical pathology, ISCs are the first, I think, contact. A diagnosis starts from there. I request Dr. Harshburn, sir. Sir, please like to hear from you, your kind words, and I think a message on the World Cancer Day.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. And thank you, Dr. Gaur and Dr. Jwalant, for having this meeting and direct interaction with everybody in the team. We are so proud to be part of this team, which reaches the depth of the diagnostics in whatever tissue or cytologic material we have been getting. And that's been remarkable on the part of the central lab in Delhi and Ahmedabad. We, in our experience, have observed that certain cancers have shown an upswing in the recent years. In the last about 4 years since I have been in this center in Panchkula, what we've observed is that the lung cancer, in particular adenocarcinoma of the lung, is showing a much higher percentage of cases out of the non-small cell cancers in the lung, and more so in women. That's rather, a new thing which we have been observing, and they have never been smokers. So that's been one observation which we have made, and part of it is because many of them, at least we've noticed some who have been survivors of some other cancer, and they have getting treatment for that cancer, and they have developed a second malignancy, a non-small cell cancer of the lung, particularly adenocarcinoma. The pickup is very good on cytologic material, whether bronchoalveolar lavage or by biopsy material, which we are getting in bronchoscopic biopsy, followed by the lung panel, which we are getting. One thing which I would like to emphasize here is that sometimes the cases for the further studies, for ancillary studies, get hijacked in the middle. So we need to be a little more proactive on that front, so that we build up the entire case for the management, starting from the biopsy or cytologic diagnosis to the ultimate diagnosis, and then the feedback on that, and then a follow up on that. That's what I would like to stress here. Thank you very much for affording an opportunity to give our observation and our comment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the kind words and wisdom. And I think we definitely look forward to, gain much more from experience and wisdom as we move forward. And I think your blessings to have you with us, sir. Thank you, sir. Now we have Dr. Apurva. I think he's holding the fort right there. And I think we are, again, one of the most skilled pathologists in the country. Dr. Apurva, are you there? Sandeep, Dr. Apurva, is he there?
One moment, sir. Dr. Apurva is not there, sir.
He's not there. Okay, I think.
Yeah, and Dr. Amisha, maybe she is on leave today, sir.
Okay, fine. I think. Thank you again. It would have been a pleasure to hear Apurva actually, but because he is the man behind the microscope and I think dishing out very, very difficult diagnosis, it's always privileged and proud to have a part of our Unipath team. Moving on, today is the era of course, molecular. I mentioned it's quite of genetics. We have Dr. Amisha from cytogenetics. Dr. Amisha, I think we'd like to hear from you.
Sir, Dr. Amisha, I think she's also on leave today, sir.
Okay, Chuck. I think let's move on. I think Dr. Vidal, I think that is again the department for microbiology and infectious, because that's also taking a leap, because leap as we move forward.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you, whole Unipath team, for creating this wonderful platform. When cancer name comes in mind, everyone have a fear of death. And only antidote to this fear of cancer is education. So my message to all on this World Cancer Day is educate everyone for basic information on common cancers, which is prevalent in India, like oral, prostate, and colon cancers in male, and cervical or breast cancers in females. Do screening on recommended type for early detection and treat at the earliest for the complete cure. As most of the cancers yet in India diagnosed in stage 3 and stage 4, which have a high morbidity and mortality. So early diagnosis is the best solution for the complete cure of the cancer. And Unipath is the perfect platform for end-to-end solution in the field of oncology. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidal. I think for leading us to the front. And I think I'm very sure as we move forward, we'll be hearing a lot of more of, advancement which was happening in Unipath, and to out of the periphery, like we are here, we have a lot of other our LLP and lab partners, and of course the partners out across the country. Probably like to hear more from you as we move forward. Thank you so much for sparing your time.
Thank you, sir.
I move on because without biochemistry, nothing moves actually. And think that's the basic starting from, when it comes to immunoassay, the biochemistry and other things, tumor markers. Dr. Reema, are you there? We can hear from you, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you for this meet. And I think I can say the basic thing and where the initiative and initial things we can do the routine biochemical test, and we can also include some of the tumor marker in a routine screening process also. As the World Cancer Day of today, we can go further to make some of the profiles and all that thing. We can provide that type of care to patients. So, and we can also make awareness, making small slogans or small information regarding that taste also. what is the importance of that thing, and we can, okay, no, the main basic biochemical test, it is the first thing before we are going to go for the intervention thing, or like surgical or histopathological testing. So I think for basic testing, we should also aware for the patient. And as yes sir said, the slogan is the close the care gap. We also like providing also diagnostic and treatment modality with also the we have to provide the palliative care to the patients also. A palliative that in terms of taken care and equality to the patients, as we have normal person, we can get the no, what we have. It cancer, it doesn't mean you are excluded from the world. So this type of information we have to provide, and we have to give the spirit to the patients, so they can, whatever the life has remaining there, they can live the very proudly. Thank you.
Thank you, Trina. I think it was a pleasure. I think the biochemistry, as you say, is definitely one of the initiation, and probably even the follow-up is at a time we require all these markers and studies. I request all of you, whosoever is a speaker, preferably switch on the video. At least we should be able to, we are here, able to hear you, but at least able to see you also, because I think the far away we are there. Pleasure.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Now I will move on. I think we have our many of the lab partners and people who are working in the peripheral across India. So the next I'd like to invite Dr. Pankaj who heads our Jaipur the lab. Dr. Pankaj, I'd like to hear from you a message for the World Cancer Day for all of us. Dr. Pankaj, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Sir, I would like to thank you and Dr. Julan sir and the whole team Unipath for this initiative. World Cancer Awareness Day is observed every year to highlight the significance of increased awareness about cancer prevention and early detection for the general population. But being from the medical diagnostic field, it's like our primary responsibility to spread awareness among the clinician fraternity also. At each and every step, like introducing a proper screening test or for the early detection, judicious and optimal use of resources for an accurate diagnosis, together we can help the medical fraternity and the general community at large. For instance, if I talk about my field of specialization, that is hematology. So we keep on pressing our clinician friends and educate them for using the ancillary testing properly and judiciously. Because there are some regional trends also, like what I have seen. There is a higher percentage of Philadelphia chromosome positive CML cases in pediatric population in Rajasthan. So here I have seen cases of CML in pediatric population which are detected as early as 3 years of age. And there is a stark difference that I came to know because I got an opportunity to work at Ahmedabad lab also for a significant time. So one thing is that, and what I feel is merely including the screening test in our test menu may not be enough. We need to put more efforts to sensitize the clinicians and general population for its optimal use and the significance of preventive measures, like because there are also some vaccine preventable cancers also. One thing I would like to highlight about the team Unipath is that even in the periphery also, like if you are talking about the Jaipur lab, so even at remote locations, we try to cater the population, the general population by providing providing a wide spectrum of tests, right from routine to high-end tests. And with a collective effort, we are able to perform almost 1,000 bone marrow aspiration procedure and reporting at our Jaipur lab. And then there are other services that we are providing. We are doing flow cytometry for hematological malignancies and other benign disorders. Then we are doing biopsies and IHC at our center only. So, like, it's a very big platform that we have got. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pankaj. I think, this shows the great diversity and strength of, Unipath across locations. We are there. And I think the best of skilled people working effortlessly and probably continuously working very hard, make it our own together, a team, a success. Thank you. I think we look forward to see you sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
I move on to my next, the Dr. Piyush, whose heads are owns an indoor lab. Dr. Piyush, please, we'd like to hear something from you. Sandeep, is Dr. Piyush there?
Dr. Piyush is not there, sir.
Okay. Then I move on to next. I think Vish probably. Our indoor lab is doing a lot of now in the news because I believe the lab has come up very, very well. And I think we'd like to see sometime this in the near future too. We have Dr. Devang from Bhavnagar. Devang, are you there?
Devang sir is not there, sir. Maybe he is having some meeting over there.
Okay,
so
fine.
Tells me that he will not be able to come.
Yeah, Will, I think let's move on. Also, Dr. Abhishek from Kolkata. He is one of the energetic pathologists. I have been and head of the labs. Dr. Abhishek is also great guns. Dr. Abhishek, we'll hear from you a message on the World Cancer Day.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Special thanks to Gaur sir and Jwalan sir for arranging this platform where we all can interact and know each other very well. Now, today is the World Cancer Day. It is marked on 4th February every year to raise awareness of cancer and to encourage its prevention, detection, and treatment. As we all know, prevention is better than cure. And this is especially apt for cancer patients. It is very important that we create an awareness in general population regarding the early signs of cancer, like a non-healing ulcer in the mouth or a lump in the breast, abdominal distension, weight loss, bleeding per rectum or urinary bladder, and to get them investigated as early as possible. As a pan-India diagnostic, it is very important that we endeavor and pledge to create the awareness through a community awareness programs and to sensitize the people of all the diagnostic facilities that is available in Unipath, as well as to detect them, these early signs of malignancy and treat them before it is too late to cure. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. I had a pleasure meeting you some time back, and I look forward. I think the great work probably spreading around. I think and wish you with more success with your team.
Yeah.
Next, I think we have Dr. Dhabal from Surat, please. Dr. Dhabal, can we hear a message from you on the World Cancer Day?
Yes, sir. Good morning, and thank you for creating such a platform. As Abhishek, hello, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Pleasure, I think, seeing you here. Thank you so much.
Sir, as Abhishek sir and Viral rightly said, the early detection, prevention, and treatment would be the best modalities for us to conquer the cancer. Here we at Unipath screen each and every CBC, whether it is normal or abnormal, very sincerely. And it is nice to share with that in each and every patient who is detected cancer, 80 to 90% are screened at Unipath. So it's a great part of it. And also the great thing is Dr. Mohan is always in terms of hematopathology, and he always constantly adds on some taste in the flow cytometry, and also not to forget molecular team and cytogenetic team. Dr. Neeraj is there and Dr. Ekta is there. So they always try to give something more extra mileages, as well as a few years ago the cancer was believed to be uncured or incurable, but with the believe with this molecular and cytogenetic would be the game changer. And with the help of this, we have done many early diagnostic changes, early diagnosis. That's all from me, and I would also like to thank Dr. Jwalan sir for constant support, and our energetic team, Dr. Ravi Gaur sir, Abhishek sir, and constant guidance from the Mohan sir, Harsh Mohan sir, and Tejinder sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dhaval. I think great hearing. I think I look forward to seeing you very in the future, and I think we have a long way to go. We will definitely get there what we are aiming for. Next, I move on to Dr. Priyanka from Vizag. Is anybody there from Vizag?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Priyanka. Pleasure, I think, and welcome to the forum.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible. Like definitely hear from your message on this cancer.
Yeah, hello, namaste. This is Dr. Priyanka, consultant pathologist, Visakhapatnam, Unipath. As we all know, cancers are the new age epidemic, and as most of the cancers are preventable, screenable, and curable, as a pathologist, I would like to mostly focus on the preventive and screening aspects of the cancer. Coming to the preventive aspects of the cancer, about 1/3 of the cancers are preventable through lifestyle modifications, such as cessation of smoking, reducing the alcohol consumption, reducing prolonged exposure to the sunlight, and being physically active and maintaining healthy diet and weight are of utmost important. And last but not least is we should get vaccine against the common cancers like cervical cancer and hepatocellular carcinoma, for which that is against HPV and HPV vaccines are available. Coming to the screening part of the cancer, according to the WHO, 1 in 10 Indians may develop cancer. Hence, early screening is of utmost importance in detecting the cancer in healthy individuals. Women should be screened against breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and cervical cancer, and Indian men should be screened against oral cancers, stomach cancers, and lung cancers. We at Unipath Specialty Laboratories provide a variety of the tests, from basic tests like tumor markers, histological examination of cancer specimens, IHC studies, to molecular and cytological studies that will screen and diagnose the cancers. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Priyanka. I think we will have soon the pleasure to see each other, and probably I think a common mission of Unipath and all of us is to conquer, somehow at least fight it out, the cancer together. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time. Now with this, I'd like to move on. I think we have I don't know whether we have Dhruv Bhatia, who's also looking into reproductive and thing. I think Dhruv, are you there? I think we have missed him out probably. It would have been a pleasure to have Dhruv Bhatia to hear a few words from me. He's actually talking a lot of into genomics and reproductive science, and that's where the cancer is also, the diagnosis is very, very important. I move on now. Dhruv is not there, to Dr. Anu. Dr. Anu, I think you're also part of the team, but I think you're doing a great work, and you have knowledge of genetics and the science out there. To hear some good message from the World Cancer Day from your side. Dr. Anu, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, please start.
Yeah, okay. First of all, thanks for making me the part of this wonderful initiative. And after hearing all, I would like to add that Unipath, as an organization under the guidance of Dr. Jwalant Shah and technical team, has all the capabilities for screening, surveillance, and testing for cancers. We, as researchers and clinicians, can not only contribute in testing for cancer patients, but can also play a significant role in creating awareness on predictive screening and predictive screening of unaffected family members. And we can also tell the families about the new therapies for cancer patients, because nowadays a lot of targeted therapies are also coming. So today, with all these capabilities, with this entire wonderful team, the intellectual team and this technically strong team, let us take a pledge that we will create awareness, we will spread the awareness, and we will try to close the care gap in cancers. Thank you, Dr. Ravi.
Thank you, Dr. Anu. I think definitely we're closing the gap, and together we all can close the gap, definitely for sure. Moving on, I think I'll now move on, I think, to I think I always say one of the important factor in the cancer care. I'll request Poonam to come on the screen, and Poonam heads our communication wing. She is, Poonam, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Poonam heads our communication wing. She is an entrepreneur and she runs WeNang, that's an education initiative for schools and college students, and also holistic well-being counselor. And of course, she is a great supporter and support to us when it comes to communication. Thank you so much. To fight against cancer, I think education, awareness, effective communication, and compassionate counseling, which heals and gives strength and direction and improves quality of life. And that's, I think, one of the most important parts. Whenever I think this is how we start with the cancer and probably end with the cancer, both together. Not only for the patient, but I think for all the the family and everybody together, the relatives together when we see somebody suffering from cancer. Let's hear a message from Poonam. Thank you, Poonam, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy to be part of this initiative, and hearing every one of you has given me so much hope to contribute in my little way. Thank you, Dr. Gaur, and thank you, Dr. Jwalant, for the kind words earlier on during the talk. So this, whenever there is a talk about cancer prevention, early screening, recovery, I just go back to my caretaking days from my mother, and I believe in a practical approach, which is medically as well as emotionally. Since I'm a holistic well-being counselor, I always feel that what medicine can do. We are all there supporting in our own ways. But if we add on to our Unipath DRG initiative, a group, a cancer support group, so to say, which takes care of emotions, because they, at the end of the day, govern a person's life, the value of life. If we look at it, 53% of cancer patients during the entire cancer continuum, from their diagnosis till the, the end of their life, do not talk about pain that they face. So 38% of survivors have mood swings. These are psychological issues. They have to be also tackled. We are doing a great job by early diagnosis, screening, prevention, cure. But if we add this component where there is somebody to, like how Dr. Anu said, close the care gap, because this theme this year, 2023 and 2024, the theme of the World Cancer Awareness Day is to close the care gap. So if we have that kind of care that we can provide via a lot of counselors who can understand, like she brought out the family aspect. So if the family is also, the caretaker burnout is the maximum. If there are people who can talk to them, who can tell them, who can make them aware. So that, I believe, would really be the first step in taking care of the emotions of human beings. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Poonam. It was great, I think, thought. I think I'm very sure all of us will agree here. I think cancer support group is one of the great ideas, and we'll definitely look forward, I think, to formulate it some way as we move forward. Thank you so much for your the suggestion and, of course, the message across. Cancer palliation, it's like a care that makes you feel better, even though it cannot cure. It's a daily task. It's a cure of fervent hope. I think with this kind of stress, the counseling and education, awareness, I think a lot can be added to the quality of life and, of course, prolong the life of the cancer patients. And that is one of the aim what Unipath have today. Now, with this, I have, I think if anybody has anything, because I think not many people are there, but anybody have we had 1 odd minute, any specific message, something, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, I would like to take all of you to a small pledge. A pledge which can be actually, you can, who are there today, they can, or otherwise you can transmit to your team members and probably pledge where we can talk what all we should be doing to prevent cancer or help cancer. I think I'll say, and I think you can all repeat, and I can share the pledge with your team members wherever you are and wherever they are. And you can all switch on your mics if you want. I think let's have them big noise. Okay, I'll just start, and then you can just follow it with me. Like, let's start. We will take a healthy diet.
We will take a
healthy diet.
We will exercise daily.
We will exercise daily.
We will not smoke.
We will not
smoke.
We will keep safe distance from the smoke.
We will keep safe distance from smoke.
Just one change can make a difference.
One change can make a difference.
We will do it for ourselves.
We will do it for ourselves.
We'll do it for those who died too soon from cancer.
We'll do it for those who died from cancer.
Together we can prevent cancer.
Together we can prevent cancer.
I can prevent cancer.
I can prevent cancer.
You can prevent cancer.
You can prevent cancer.
We all can prevent cancer.
We all can
prevent
cancer.
That's it. Thank you so much for this. I think you can share this with all your team members wherever they are in the part of the country. And I think a positive attitude enhances immunity. Be active, smile, play, laugh, and no stress. I think it's like in our life, keep spreading the word, stop the cancer before it stops you. It's time to knock down the cancer, and that's the message. Together, we can do it. Thank you so much for everybody to be here on this platform. And I wish you all a very, very happy life. And I think whatever we are doing, come together. Let's make our dream a success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.